The Sports Scouting Report with Lee Brecheen. Brought to you by Madine's Collision Center in Baton Rouge. Take control, choose Madine's. Grosse Savant Lodge, south of Lake Charles, the true sportsman's paradise. Treads and Care Company in Central, the tires you need, the service you want. Harvey Auto in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you have trusted for years. And Gage in Baton Rouge. Get better connected with Gage. Here's your host, Lee Brecheen.
Hi, I'm Lee Brecheen, host of the Sports Scouting Report podcast TV show. We got a great show today. Landry Williams, the head coach of Madison Prep High School. If you've never heard of Madison Prep, you're not from Baton Rouge, we're going to tell you what Madison Prep's all about. They won the state championship in 2020 under Landry Williams. Landry's background, he played at Glen Oaks High School. In his day, he was one of the top wide receivers in the state of Louisiana back in the day. He's one of the top coaches in the state. He had 2 big-time players signed this year. We've got a ton of information we're going to throw out in this show, but we're going to go take a break. We'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you. If you need a paint job or repairs to your vehicle, go see Madine's Collision Center located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on Kincaid Avenue. The number to call is 357-7983. That's 357-7983. Your Baton Rouge Accident Advisors.
Welcome back. I'm Lee Brecheen, your host of Sports Scouting Report podcast. Landry Williams is our guest today, head coach at Madison Prep. You know, Madison Prep High School, I remember watching in the beginning. They had Mike Roach as the coach, you know, former Capital star under the legendary Roman Bates, former SWAC linebacker, All-American Mike Roach. They had Malcolm Roach, who's now with the Saints, who was a Madison Prep graduate, went to Texas Longhorns. You had some kids signed that year back in 2017. And then in 2020, Coach Landry Williams, state champs.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
Congratulations with that. Thanks for being on the show today.
Thanks for having me. It's a joy to be here.
Look, you've put in some work, and it didn't just happen overnight at Madison Prep.
No, it did not.
Because I remember Mike had to step out of coaching. Mike, hope you're doing great, Mike Roach. And then you come in and you took the program to another level. But it wasn't just overnight.
It wasn't overnight. No doubt Coach Roach definitely laid the foundation for Madison Preparatory Academy. I was fortunate to start off with this group of young men as freshmen, and we was able to stay together throughout those years, and we was able to make a run for the state championship title. And it was an awesome feeling because those guys was there when it was ugly at times. I played them young, so they was a couple of times they were getting bruised and beat up pretty much throughout the season, but it all paid off that last year of 2020 where the guys came together. We was in the middle of the pandemic. All those things, were definitely some obstacles that we had to fight through. But those guys stayed together. They did whatever I asked them to do. All the protocols, whatever it took for them to stay together and to keep playing, those guys did. And, it just was a great family feel. I think that'll be one of the things that the guys remember the most is that the family and the unity part throughout the season, throughout the the trials kind of made it great.
Coach Williams, y'all beat Union Parish 50-0. Yeah. Great program.
Great.
Union Parish.
Excellent program.
And everything that Zeon Chriss did that day, everything he touched was incredible. I think he had 30 of the 50 points personally. He had 323 yards passing. He had several touchdowns. And again, y'all had to go to Natchitoches, Louisiana to play the state championship game, not New Orleans because of the, I don't know, for what it was, whatever, for that year. And it was on campus at Northwestern State. What was it like playing on turf out in that? It was cold and rainy. It was different.
But
it didn't bother your team.
It didn't bother us at all. My guys was locked in. Actually, we played Union Parish the year before. Zeon didn't play because of high ankle sprain. I think Major ended up playing, was the quarterback at the time.
Okay.
Joe didn't play. So even though we was in the quarterfinals, we didn't have all our guys. And we kind of felt like, kind of disrespected how the game kind of came to an end that year. So we definitely came out. We were motivated. We knew what the task at hand. We had a feel for those guys. And I think that year before kind of, like I said, we had a feel for those guys going into the game. So we just knew that, if we stuck to our plan and execute and do the things we were supposed to do, that it could be a great night for us. And it actually turned out to be an awesome night for everyone.
Coach, it was
associated with Madison Preparatory Academy.
And
look, awesome.
And look, that was the first state championship for the school ever. Football. Now basketball. I mean, they won. I wrote this down and looked it up. 6 state titles.
6 state titles.
213, 216, 217, 218, 219, and 221. But football, getting that first title.
That was awesome. It was an awesome feeling. Even to walk through the gym every day and see those titles, those banners hanging lined up, it definitely kept you motivated, and you want to be the guy, too, to be the one that also hang a banner. So it was a very proud moment, for the Madison Preparatory Academy and also myself for like I said, I've been at this thing like 25 years, and I felt good about it. I knew that, if we had a chance to get in there, I knew great things were going to happen for us.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, I want to talk about the seniors from this 221 season. A lot of them were on the 220 team for Coach.
Yes.
Zeon Chriss, we're going to talk about him and how great he is. And he signed with UL, the Ragin Cajuns. They got a big steal with Zeon.
No doubt.
He's an SEC quarterback, as me and Coach will talk about. And then Quency Wiggins going to LSU. Later in the show, we're going to talk about all the players playing for Madison Prep. Major Burns is at LSU as a safety. Williams is at Kentucky. There's several guys we'll talk about for Madison Prep. We'll be right back.
Be sure to take your car and truck for all your tire needs to Treads and Care Tire Company located in Central. The number to call is 331-8144. Family owned and operated since 1971. That's Treads and Care Tire Company. Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life.
Welcome back. You're watching the Sports Scouting Report. Landry Williams is our guest, the head coach of Madison Prep High School in Baton Rouge now. We want to make sure you know where it's at because, Coach, people in Shreveport get this. People in Lake Charles, Lafayette,
that's great.
New Orleans, St. Tammany, Houma, Lafourche, and they might not know. Now, they know football now. Mm-hmm. They knew the basketball because I know that Madison Prep and Peabody probably hooked up a few times. But now around the state, when you mention Madison Prep football, they go, yeah, that's one of the top programs in Louisiana now.
That's right.
Now, this past year, 221, it's hard to repeat. The schedule you had was unbelievably tough. Y'all had Edna Carr scheduled at one time.
Yes.
And you told me the easy game, that was the replacement game, wasn't so easy, was St. Thomas More with Walker Howard, and y'all went to Lafayette.
Yes.
Y'all went to STM and beat them.
It was a game. I
watched that game.
Yeah, it was a war that night.
I mean, that's when I saw, as an outside person, I said, I saw you young guys come together around Zeon and obviously Quency Wiggins.
Yes.
But, Coach, your young receivers and DBs played like they were on the team 8 years.
Well,
I mean, that's credit to you coaching them. They were young.
I'm telling you what, all the success that we have had since I've been here has been from my coaching staff. I have an awesome coaching staff.
Yeah.
Those guys, they represent me well. The relentlessness in them and the hard work, the dedication. I mean, we really put a kid through a lot.
I want to mention this about you, though, Coach.
We're really relentless.
And I've never told you this, but watching from a football standpoint, just scouting, watching you guys, the route running of you kids, the precision, the blocking, it's like college coaching. And I wanted to tell you that because
we take pride.
That your staff's at another level.
Because
I watch you guys run routes. They run precision routes. And I think St. Thomas More, when they saw that, because they're a precision route team.
Really.
And they looked at Madison Prep like, whoa,
It was a war. It was war that night. It was very exciting. The atmosphere for week one, the atmosphere was electric. And neither team disappointed, neither quarterback disappointed. You know, it just was like, man, it was an awesome night. Nobody wanted to give up. It was
Back and forth.
Back and
Walker
forth.
Howard, Zeon Chriss.
Whoever had the ball last, you know, you just wanted that to be you. So
I want to mention that Zeon Chriss signed with UL Ragin Cajuns.
Yes,
And obviously, I wonder if that game had a lot to put it in a nail in the to get to want him that bad. Playing in Lafayette, that first game of the senior season.
I tell you what, leaving the stadium, a lot of fans that was excited. They was like, "That's what we getting."
Right.
All right then.
That boy
you
can
know,
play.
so
He's once in a lifetime quarterback.
oh yeah, you don't see him come along every day.
He reminds me of Donovan McNabb.
He just can do so much with the ball in his hand, and when he decides to run and take off. To this day, I really don't know how fast he really is, because at any moment, he's just going to be fast enough to beat you, you know?
But he's
I'm fine with that.
Football instincts.
Oh, football
He's hard to
instinct,
tackle. He's hard to
tough
get.
Bring down. He probably like 210,
6'2".
6'2", 210. You know, great body frame, work hard,
Calm.
strong runner,
Poised.
He has all
Touch.
the attributes.
Never rattled.
Never rattled.
And you saw that in 220 when y'all won the state championship.
Yes.
On the other side of the ball, you can't miss this guy. His junior year, he kind of came out for football from basketball.
Yes.
From Napoleonville, Louisiana, from Assumption High School, came over to Madison Prep, Quency Wiggins, going to LSU, and 6'6.5", 270, whatever right now, put together, a man-child.
Real nice. Nobody fed at all.
Very much the guy, don't you agree, Coach, when you put together a DN for the pros,
Oh, that's how you draw him up?
this is how you draw up the guy.
That's how you
And
draw
when
him
he pass rushes and he's on top of his game, he's unstoppable.
up. He's on top of his game.
What do you think about him going into LSU as a true freshman and where he is right now with the new coach, Coach Keller?
It's just an awesome feeling to see him get an opportunity to play for LSU, to be home, to be around his family and friends and his community. Starting off, I was like, I might have asked him once a week for 2 years for him to come out and play football. So, but when he came out,
You worked on him, huh?
Yo, I worked on him. But once he came out, he really gave everything. He gave his all, you know, day in and day out. He's texting, he's watching videos, he's training. He's doing whatever it takes to get better. And man, it's just an awesome opportunity for him, for somebody that started off reluctant to play, and all of a sudden you jump off the charts
And didn't know the game.
to play and didn't know the game. You know, I was calling some guys after the game. I think we scrimmaged Scotlandville, and I think we played. The Strummer was our first regular season game. And I got on the phone. I said, guys, you better come now. If not, you're not gonna get a chance at him, because he's definitely going to be somebody.
The
that's
light
gonna
went
be
on
amazing.
this year.
Yes.
Quincy had an accident in San Antonio the week of the Army All-Star game.
Yes.
You showed me that video, and I'm going to tell you, I think he broke his wrist, but if you see the video, like,
he's definitely lucky to be
very,
alive.
very
He's definitely lucky
fortunate
to be
God
alive.
that's the only thing that happened, because he was thrown, looked like 30, 40 yards in the air.
Easy
Yeah.
in there. But like I said, he's definitely was under God protection.
Yeah. Doing good now?
Doing great now. I saw him at the last basketball game. So he's just an awesome guy, real humble, and just really ready to work and ready to prove that he deserved to be at LSU and deserved to play.
I don't know one guy in the NFL that looks like him, Coach, as a DN. There's a lot of big D tackles. You see some ends that are 6'4", 290.
Yeah.
But you don't see a lot of 6'7", which is going to be, 300 one day lean?
Yes.
That's
Easy.
scary.
That is scary.
I mean, he's he's his own mold, the way he looks.
He's, like I said, he is like somebody drawing.
Here's what I'm excited about. You're here in Baton Rouge. You got guys, we're going to talk about some of your other players, but you have a chance to go see him in Tiger Stadium a lot.
No doubt.
How many batted balls will he have at LSU? At 6'7"?
He should have a lot. He's real long at the range.
Isn't that a nightmare for a quarterback?
I wouldn't want to be a quarterback facing him at all.
What is it, 8 feet with his hands up, maybe?
But he easy with the length.
Looks like Ted Hendricks back from the Oakland Raiders.
Remind me of Julius Peppers.
That's exactly.
He's a Julius Peppers guy. If I see him, that's instant. That's what went off in my head.
And Julius is a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
And he's a great kid.
Sack artist, all of that.
Real quickly, I want to mention that Ronald Harris in the senior class, big-time lineman, 6'3", 290, he's going to Mississippi College. They got a steal. Yeah. Chris Hughes, I want to mention some of the seniors, Cameron Coleman, Darian Johnson, Kashawn Butler, Kamari Murray. Evan Nicholson's going to Louisiana College, a linebacker. Tylen Kent, a running back, came on for you, he's going to Louisiana College.
Yes,
a special group, and you know what's scary? They got a special group coming back. And we're going to talk about that later in the show. We're also going to talk about UL's recruiting class, Coach, in the show, which includes your quarterback, Zeon Chriss, and we're going to have much, much more when we come back.
Gage has served Louisiana for over 40 years. Let Gage create a custom-tailored solution for your business and become your partner in technology. Give them a call today at 225-753-4243 and help your business get better connected with Gage. Looking for a used car? Harvey Autos has 3 dealerships, which means 3 times the used vehicles. They've got everything from fuel-efficient compacts to luxury models, even hybrids, and certified pre-owned with a warranty. Check out John Harvey Toyota, Harvey Subaru, or Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City.
Welcome back. You're watching the Sports Scouting Report. Our guest today is Landry Williams, one of the top coaches in high school football in Louisiana. Madison Prep, it's a football school too.
Yes.
It's basketball and football. You can have both, and even track.
That's right.
I want to mention in this segment, Coach, we're going to go back actually to Zeon Chriss, talk about UL's recruiting class, the Ragin Cajuns. Jason and me are going to probably have some footage on some of these guys for the show, but what a class that UL had, considering that, as you know, when the college coach leaves, Napier left, in the middle of recruiting, how hard it is to sign these guys. They lost some guys to Napier, to Florida, which is kind of angry some of them Cajun fans. But they were able to hold on to some Louisiana good players, one of them being your quarterback, Zeon Chriss, who threw for 125 touchdowns at Madison Prep. 125. Had over 9,000 yards passing, you told me, in 4 years.
It's amazing.
Coach.
One in a lifetime,
Now, one Baton Rouge quarterback's graduating out from Scotlandville at UL, and then another Baton Rouge kid's coming in. I think he's got a shot to start as a freshman,
I think so. I mean, he's going to apply a lot of pressure on whoever's in front of him.
He's mature.
Yeah. He know what it takes. He has the body. He has the mobility. And he's pretty smart. He's a real smart kid.
They got Charles Robertson from Zachary coming in.
Yeah, I saw that.
Great receiver. You've seen Charles. I mean, 6'2", 185, great hands, tough, good kid, quiet kid, favorite hobbies, just his horses and stuff. Reminds me of Devin White at LSU. And I think Coach told me at Zachary he didn't want to go far, kind of like Quency Wiggins, you told me, with LSU. They got Zylan Perry coming in from Franklin, who's a great athlete, Coach, 6'1", 175, runs a 4.4. Probably the best prospect to come out of Franklin since Leonard Marshall and Clinton Burrell. I mean, we're talking about a sleeper that none of the big guys wanted. Cade Morrow, a 6'5", 290-pound tackle out of Pineville. I've seen this kid play. He's got good hands. He's a mauler. He's actually got good feet for a big guy. The steal of the class that's going to protect your quarterback, Trent Murphy from Opelousas High School. And this is what I don't like about recruiting, Coach. He wasn't ranked. He's 6'5", 280, runs a 4.8 with a 3.8 GPA. And gets after you.
Yeah.
And his arms are long as Quency Wiggins. He's the Trent Murphy. He's the Quency Wiggins of O-line. Trent Murphy's going to be that left tackle for
that's awesome.
For Keon. But Trent was a steal. Trent was an LSU Florida guy, and he's going to UL. And I think he'll start as a freshman. 3% body fat at 280, 6'6". And then they got Lorenzo DeBose, one of the top corners in the state from Neville, coming into UL. I thought that was a huge get. He was an LSU guy. Khalif Edwards was one of the top linebackers in the state, West St. John High School out of Edgard. Great line coach, 240, 6'1", benching 400 pounds. And then they picked up Bryant Williams, a small guy out of Grand Lake, 6'7", 330 O-lineman. You look at the O-line for them, it's just crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And then they pick up another kid as a walk-on from Country Day, Scott Isaacs, who's 6'4", 245, running back, tight end, H-back, D-end, runs a 4.7. They did okay.
They loaded.
They did okay considering Napier left.
Yes.
Wouldn't you think, all these top guys?
Awesome.
Then they got a transfer portal kid out of Michigan State who was offered by LSU out of high school, James Owanabana. He's 6'5", 320, runs a 5 flat. The O-line sounds like it's going to be good for a while, and your quarterback. And then Gavin Rohr, one of the top kickers in the state out of Karen Crow, is walking on. And out of Baton Rouge, Mentorship Academy, walking on Cameron Jackson. I thought he was a sleeper, 6'7".
Yeah, he was nice.
285. That's a big O-line,
He's
Coach.
still learning, yeah.
What do you think of that big O-line for your quarterback?
I definitely want to, if I'm playing quarterback, that's definitely somewhere I want to be.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have more of Coach Landry Williams, more about, we got notes coming up next, our notes for the TV show. You'll like this. It's kind of new, just different things to talk about Louisiana related.
If you need a paint job or repairs to your vehicle, you've got to go to Madine's Collision Center located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on Kincaid Avenue. The number to call is 357-7983. That's 357-7983. Family owned since the 1960s. Be sure to take your car and truck for all your tire needs to Treads & Care Tire Company located in Central. Call 331-8144. Family owned and operated. It's 1971. That's 331-8144.
Welcome back. You're watching the Sports Scouting Report. I'm Lee Brecheen. Our guest is Landry Williams. Coach will be able to sit in on our Louisiana notes, our note segment. This is pretty funny. We got a picture of Coach Salter Formaggio from Holy Cross, great guy. And we found his twin from the Las Vegas Raiders, Rick Basashi. Check this picture out and tell me if you feel the same way. And Coach, when you see the show, you'll see the picture. They look just alike. Also, I want to mention, Gabe Fertitta took a job at Florida State, former Catholic high coach, was at Louisville, now he's at Florida State. Also, the New Orleans Saints coach hired Dennis Allen, great D coordinator, and that's the strength of the team.
What's the strength of the team?
What do you think of that?
I think that's awesome because I've been to several Saints games, and the defense this year since Breeze left has been the focal point.
They just need a quarterback, and I'm hoping Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson comes in because they need a now guy, right, Coach?
It's about right now.
They don't need a young.
We were used to winning. We spoiled.
Yeah, I mean, if Winston can't come back, you need somebody that's proven. Aaron Rodgers, I hear, might go to the 49ers because he's from San Francisco. So he might retire to his home state. That's interesting.
It's interesting.
Isn't that something? And then Garoppolo might be available, but I'm not a big Garoppolo fan for the Saints. I don't know why. I'm just not a big fan of his game. I think Belichick kind of is good with him. But also I want to mention, we want to show a picture. And in the future, if you're a recruit, send your travel pictures in. Even coaches, players can. If you go to a college, take a picture with the college coach and we'll show it on our show. Here's a picture of Miller Leach at New Hampton Prep School, coach in New Hampshire. And the head coach, and it's 10 degrees. This is about a week ago, but check this picture out with Miller Leach from U-High, big-time O-lineman, a sleeper coach, 6'2", 295, runs a 5 flat, still available. And considering LSU walking on McNeese and then New Hampton Prep School, Bill Belichick went to this same league that these prep schools play in. And also, I want to mention, just to help Zachary High School out, I got an email from Chris Carrier. They got a great track program coach. Chris Hilton was there. They just had a guy for LSU as a freshman, Sean Burrell, break all these records. They're having their annual crawfish fundraiser on February 23rd. 4 to 6 p.m. at Zachary High School. Tickets are $25. 4 pounds of crawfish that comes with corns and potato.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Crawfish capital of the world is cooking it out of Bro Bridge. That's pretty good too. And the track and field will get a portion of each ticket sold. Drive-through pickup is at the gym parking lot at Zachary High School. All money will go toward buying new equipment, new uniforms for the track teams. This is to support the track athletes and track programs at Zachary High School. And you can email Chris Carrier at chris.carrier, C-A-R-R-I-E-R, at zacharyschools.org, or contact one of the track players or one of the parents if you need more information. But always fundraising.
Always.
Because you always need money for uniforms.
You got to take care of the kids. Yeah,
you got to do that
kids.
too, right?
Oh, always.
I mean, that stuff's not free. Those helmets are not cheap. What's the average helmet cost now, Coach?
Ooh, almost $300.
For a helmet?
For a helmet alone. That's just helmet.
That's not shoulder pads. That's not, knee pads. That's helmet.
No, just helmet.
So to dress a kid, it's almost
you almost $1,000 easy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And you've got, what, 70 kids, 75 kids?
About 85, 90.
Welcome to Coach's
Oh,
World.
yeah. You got to come up with it.
We're going to take a break. When we come back,
with it.
we're going to have more of Coach's, the great players that have come out of Madison Prep, and also his up-and-coming kids. He's got a lot of talent coming back. He's got a young quarterback that's got a chance to be a 4-year starter for him. We'll talk about that more when we come back.
Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life. Gage has served Louisiana for over 40 years. Let Gage create a custom tailored solution for your business and become your partner in technology. Give them a call today at 225-753-4243 and help your business get better connected with Gage.
Welcome back. You're watching the Sports Scouting Report. I'm your host, Lee Brecheen. We got our great guest, Landry Williams, head coach, Madison Prep High School. It's a football school, too, now. Yeah. Basketball. We talk about basketball.
No doubt.
There's 6 state titles.
Oh, yeah.
7 total between the two sports. Coach, great players under you coming out of Madison Prep. I talked about the beginning before you even got there. Malcolm Roach is with the Saints.
Yeah.
He's like the alumni, Madison Prep NFL guy right now. In that same year, you had Troy James go to Oklahoma, another lineman. There was a couple of them that went Big 12.
Chad Williams.
Chad Williams. And about 7 of them go that year in 2017. But then you had a run of DBs go to college. I mean, you had, Joel Williams go to Kentucky, who's going to be a redshirt sophomore. He's, 6'1", 210, runs 4.4.
He's nice.
He's a freak.
He put together real nice.
Would he be in the transfer portal to LSU or anything?
No,
he's going to stay in Kentucky. Then you had Major Burns sign with Georgia. Now he's back home at LSU. You said he's putting weight on.
Putting weight on, getting bigger.
6'3" now. Probably should be close to 200 hopefully this fall.
Yeah, you got to put some weight on to play in the SEC at safety.
Not corner weight.
Oh, no.
Safety weight.
Safety weight.
He needs that Grant Delpit weight.
Yes.
Or Chad Jones or LaRon Landry. They were all 210, 215. Then you had a kid sign with, in 220, Tyrell Raby with Memphis.
University
He's
of Memphis.
got a lot of ability.
I think he was like practice player of the year there for them.
Man.
Scout team player of the year.
You got a big 6'7" tackle. That's Hutchinson Junior College, one
Troy
more year.
Porter.
310. What do you think about Troy in a year?
Real long. He's definitely gonna catch a lot of D1 colleges' eyes when they walk and see him. 6'7", long arms.
So we'll be talking about him.
Yeah, we were talking about him this time next year.
And then you got Trent Cook, who played for you. That's now coaching.
He's coaching with me now.
And a student at LSU.
Student at LSU.
Was a DB receiver.
He was a wide receiver.
And he's helping. He's only, 20 years old?
He's thinking like 18.
18. But it's good to have those
guys you have to learn,
Be part of the program.
Somebody took me under their wing, so I have to do the same.
Jarrell Martin still playing pro basketball overseas from Madison Prep. Was a first-round pick. Went to LSU 6'9", 6'10". Josh Leblanc, they keep saying Josh Leblanc on TV.
Yeah, Leblanc.
He's with UAB, was at LSU. And then Brandon Sampson had a good career at LSU.
Yes.
And they've had several others play basketball. But, Coach, how does it work with basketball with you and your program to share the players if you see a guy that's 6'3", and he's not going to be a D1 signee in basketball? You and Coach obviously can help each other. Say, look, kid, you need to play some football too, right?
No doubt. That's the awesome part of it. Me and Coach Jones played, we grew up together since middle school, and we understand the importance of, both programs having success. So he's open with sharing guys and giving guys an opportunity to play that haven't been playing or haven't had the success in basketball like they thought they could have had. And I welcome them with open arms.
All the 6'3",
oh, easy.
or 6'6".
Easy, come on.
Because that's short in basketball.
I have a place
college,
for
right?
you. Exactly. I tell some of the guys, if you 6'3", in college, you the ball boy.
Right.
Yeah.
Or even Quency Wiggins, 6'7", you might not be big enough to be a forward.
So,
right? Unless you're 6'9".
We definitely do a good job working with each other and supporting both programs.
We're going to take a break. We got a couple of segments left, Coach. When we come back, I want to talk about your players coming back.
Okay.
You got a lot of guys coming back.
A lot of guys coming back.
You got guys you're losing. You've been able to handle that the last 2 years. And then we're going to talk, before the show's over, we're going to talk about your background with Glen Oaks.
Oh, yeah.
Playing for the legendary Nolan, Gill, Gabe Northern, Randall, and all the great players. You were a graduate of 91. I got out in 89.
Yeah.
And Glen Oaks was in our district when I was in
Central.
Central.
No doubt.
But I remember you playing. You were a heck of a player in high school. We'll talk about that later in the show. We'll be right back.
So, hey guys, just wanted to take a minute to tell you about Harvey Autos. If you need a new or used car, there's 3 great dealerships right here worth checking out. John Harvey Toyota, Harvey Subaru, and Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City. Low prices, honest people. Tell them Lee sent you. If you need a paint job or repairs to your vehicle, go see Madine's Collision Center located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on Kincaid Avenue. The number to call is 357-7983. That's 357-7983. Your Baton Rouge Accident Advisors.
Welcome back. I'm Lee Brecheen, your host of Sports Scouting Report. Hope you're enjoying the show. I know you've got to be, man. We got so much information on this show. Our guest from Madison Prep, Coach, man, what a great time we're having. We're talking about everything. I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
But you've got a great team coming back.
Yes.
And I want to mention some of your guys. And I want to mention the guy, first of all, he could be the next great one, David Jones. He's a jack of all trades, plays all DB spots for you, plays a little running back when you need him, instinctive, fast, football player, baller. 5'11", legit.
Yes.
185, legit. Strong. Plays taller. Plays faster.
Yes.
Mississippi State's offering him. Auburn's looked at him. Wouldn't shock you if the other guys come around.
No doubt.
And he's up and coming, 223.
He's amazing. I mean, he's electrifying. He's a joy to watch. He loves to compete, so he's definitely going to be on a lot of guys' radar in a couple of months.
The rest of the class, there's a lot of potential guys.
Yeah.
Guys that hadn't hit it yet. But they hope to hit their stride this senior season coming up. Some of them are going to be juniors. Some of them are going to be sophomores. Traylon James, big, tall receiver for you. He's got a chance to be
6'3", real long, instinctive as well. Easy playing the receiver position in the free safety spot.
Marquise Baptiste.
Outside linebacker,
Very
strong off the edge, smart.
Tall kid, 6'2".
Yes.
You got Tariq McKnight, another outside linebacker, 6'2", 200-something pounds. Another outside linebacker, Zeon Stevens. You got 3. So you got 3 to
rotation. Yeah, you got to get a rotation in there.
To ease the loss of Quency Wiggins. And then you've got William Davis, a big-time O-lineman coming back.
Offensive line to center.
6'1", but plays really
Real
tall.
strong, yes.
Ahmad Lewis, linebacker.
Ahmad Lewis, middle linebacker, tough kid inside.
Ethan Clark, a very young DN, fullback, center, whatever you put playing this year. He's got it, the moxie. Michael Stewart's a big-time player coming up for you.
He graduated.
I'm sorry, Michael Stewart graduated. But you got Henry Bell, 6'4", 300 pounds, coming back O-line. Calvin Spears, only going to be a sophomore.
He's just a sophomore.
6'3" already, 190. He's going to be a great one. Andre Gibson's a young guy, receiver, DB. Samaji Pierre, a receiver, another young guy, caught my eye this year. Tony Lewis caught my eye, running back. Jonathan Profit caught my linebacker. Zach Stewart caught my running back.
Running back, fullback.
Keelan Sherman caught my safety. Darabray Hartford caught my eye at DB and receiver. All these guys played last year for Coach. And then the young guy who's new, but yet mature beyond his years. You said he has a chance to be the next quarterback.
Yeah, he's nice.
Freshman.
He's a freshman. Well, he's a freshman now, so
be
next year he'll be a sophomore. So, but he's definitely somebody that real calm under pressure. He understands the game. He play within himself. He's not trying to be anybody else. You know, he's just trying to be who he is, and he do whatever it takes to put an opportunity to win and be successful.
What I like about you, Coach, and we talked about it off the air, you cross-train your players, and I'll see it in games. Like 1 week, I might see a guy play just DB. But if you put on your tape another week, that guy might be a receiver. And the next week, and I love this stuff because you're always changing it up. If 1 week a guy might be a stand-up buck linebacker, the next week he might be a Mike linebacker. You do a good job of moving these guys around, which confuses scouting with the other team too.
Well, I like my guys to love football, and I tell them that it's important to fall in love with the process of football and all the positions of it because you never know. You can do multiple things that kind of like, you know, keep you around camp once you get to if you're able to get to the next level, it's able to keep you around because, you know, you're a multi-purpose player. So I really push our guys to learn more than one's position, and the goal is to play 15 games, and it's hard to have one guy for 15 games in one position for the whole duration of the season. So it's definitely something that we take pride in, is finding guys to make plays and playing your best 11 guys.
You're not scared to play young players either.
No.
I mean, you throw them in. If they're ready, you play them.
If you're ready, you can take it. Then, you know, I'm not going to throw you to the wolves, but if you can show me you can handle it and your body can take it, then I don't have a problem integrating you into the program and seeing what you can do in certain points of the game.
Coach, you have a tough district. Talk about your district. Obviously, non-district, y'all play. Y'all not scared to play anybody.
Well,
but locally, when I think of Baton Rouge teams, next year, the first one that pops up besides your program is Woodlawn.
Yeah.
You know. And we're going to get to Randall
Oh,
later. He's a Glen Oaks
little brother. It's a little brother there.
But Woodlawn's stacked next year. U-High will be good again. Zachary will be good again with Holstein. Catholic High will be good again. Scotlandville will be good again. They got a great quarterback coming back. I mean, it's just Southern Lab will be good. Even though they're young, they'll be good. We can go on and on and on. We can throw in Port Allen and Bruley, and we can continue on and on. But to you, I mean, it's tough because everybody can throw it now and everybody can run it.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Like I said again, my coaching staff makes it easy for me. You know, I don't have to sell them anything. They understand, you know, the magnitude of the game. That, you know, they get excited too. They push me. You know, they push me to find games that we can play where it's going to be tough, where we might not come out on top. But we do that to build character, build some perseverance, get our guys ready for the, you know, for those last 5 games of the season. You know, I think you have to do that, you know, early to see what you have, to see what you need to do and adjustments that you need to make early. You don't want to get in the middle of the season and find out the guy that you thought was your guy is not that guy. And so I like to test that early and see what we have and, you know, see, you know, what they're actually made of and how much you're willing to sacrifice and how hard you're willing to work for this program.
Coach, this past recruiting class, 4 running backs from Baton Rouge went to the SEC.
I know. From
Baton Rouge. What does that mean to you as a high school coach? I mean, what does that tell the public?
I love to see it, you know, because
we're talking about the SEC.
Some people, I mean, for a long time, they thought like the best football is only played, you know, in North Louisiana. That was the thing. But, you know, it's great football all around the state of Louisiana. And it's, you know, I'm proud to say I'm a part of the southern regions where we get at it and we work real hard and we, you know, we're not afraid to play anybody.
Nobody's even talking about Le'Veon Moss from Estruma going to Texas A&M, which he was beyond mature when he was a freshman. He was 6 foot 210 as a freshman.
That's right.
And you know about Levon, I mean, but he's going A&M. No one even mentions him. And Etienne's going to Florida from Jennings. I know that's in Louisiana too, but Scotlandville had 2 D1 running backs.
And you got Liberty got one on deck.
Liberty's got one. U-High had 3 recruit running backs. And Catholic High had 3 D1 running backs. I mean, and you had several guys run the ball.
Well, yeah. So it's going to be tough like there, you know, to compete. But that's something that we love to do, and that's something that we take a lot of pride in. So hopefully we can continue that, you know, throughout my career there at Madison Prep.
Louisiana people are watching.
That's it.
And everybody can brag about their players. Shreveport can brag, Lake Charles, Lafayette. Lafayette's got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Shreveport's come a long way. And New Orleans is New Orleans. They're going to always be tough. And the river parishes, never weak. Hanville, Destrehan, West St. John, St. James, East St. John. We could have a show for 17 hours talking about all these players. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to ask Coach about his days at Glen Oaks.
Okay.
And what a time that was.
What a time. It was awesome.
And an era. Glen Oaks back in the day was a dominant program. They're still got it. They got a good program right now, but back in the day, they were one of the top programs in the state. I think Coach will agree. We'll be right back.
Be sure to take your car and truck for all your tire needs to Treads and Care Tire Company located in Central. The number to call is 331-8144. Family owned and operated since 1971. That's Treads and Care Tire Company. Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours. Located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life.
Welcome back. You're watching the Sports Scouting Report. Great show. We're talking Madison Prep football. Coach, this segment, you went to Glen Oaks High School.
Yes.
Graduate in 91. The glory days, the 80s and the 90s, and even back in the 60s and 70s, Glen Oaks was a powerhouse. And especially when you were there in Glen Oaks, Nolan Gill had some great teams.
Yeah.
And you were a part of some of those teams as a receiver. Tremont Douglas came out of there, Gabe Northern, Eric Randall, Marcus Randall. There's several big names. Patton, the defensive tackle, came out of there. I mean, we could probably name 80 to 100 D1 guys.
Some great guys come out of there.
What was your memories of playing for Coach Nolan Gill, and one of the great coaches out of Baton Rouge?
In the beginning, we started off rough. I mean, people used to tease us a lot because we really wasn't that good in the beginning. The district was tough. Like you said, it was Catholic High, Zachary, Baker.
Capital was good back
Capital. Then. I mean, it was ridiculous. The district was ridiculous. Denham Springs. It was a tough district to play in, and I got to my senior year, I was like, Eric, this is my, I'm like, I'm not losing anymore. I remember losing my junior year against Denham Springs. I was like, this is it, I'm not losing anymore. And we just worked so hard, and Coach Gill used to let us turn the lights on the stadium if we could work, after he was ready to go home to his family. He'd hit the lights and let us practice, late night and early morning. He pretty much gave us almost the key to the weight room at that point, because we were there every day. We spent every day, all day there, and we just had the relentless in us that we wanted to be great, and we worked real hard. I think we finished maybe 7-3 my senior year, but I probably led the state. I think I finished like number 2 in the state of Louisiana.
You're pretty good as a receiver.
But it was great, man. Everybody was great around us with, the Kevin Franklin, the Warwick Dunn guys, and guys at Woodlawn and Zachary. It was, Kevin Jackson, all those guys. It was tough to play football during those times, and the rules were different.
Right.
There was the concussion protocol and all that.
Quarterbacks get hit a little more, receivers.
And everybody was lining you up, but, it's just a time where guys wanted to change, and we wanted to do that for our coach. We wanted to prove to our coach that we were good enough to play with those guys, and you'd be good enough to coach against
When
those
did
guys.
You know Eric Randall and Gabe Northern were special leaders?
And we grew up together, so it was like
y'all knew each other since you were little.
we knew each other since we were little kids.
Gabe Northern was number 88, DN,
88 DN,
and I think was Randall number 12 or
10, I think. Yeah, at the time.
I remember y'all played Neville one year.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I
think I was going.
Robert Lane was a quarterback. That was a little after your time, but I remember it was a tough loss that night. It was in Memorial Stadium, and I went to the game. Robert Lane was the number 1 recruit in the state.
Okay.
But it could have went either way.
Yeah,
it was a playoff
but
game.
we brought a lot of pride, and I like to think because of that class, my graduating class, everything just kind of took off. Ted White came behind us, and
went to Howard University.
Yeah, Tim Brown and those guys came behind, and they set the mark. And it was understood at that point. From that point on,
keep it going.
Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. And that was, I took a lot of pride in it. The community was wrapped up in it at that time, and it was an awesome time. And during that era where guys really played hard, you played in your community, and you did those kind of things too.
And the helmet had the G on it.
Yeah, the helmet with the G.
Kind of looked like Grambling.
Is it the Grambling G?
Yeah, the Grambling G on the helmet for Glen Oaks High School.
Yeah.
Landry, those were some great days.
Oh yeah, Strom. I can't think of so many teams were great at that time.
Central was in that.
Central, it was.
They were stacked then. I was there at the time. I got out in '89. What's your best memory of high school when you were playing football? Is there one game that sticks out one year?
Oh, so many.
Any road game that sticks out to you?
Capital games. I mean, they were just tough. Capital was tough. Try to bully you. Just
old school talk.
Baker just was a rivalry game.
Baker was good back then.
McKinley. It goes on every week.
They had Sammy Williams, who was heck of a player.
Sammy Williams. Yeah.
Sammy was the Warwick Dunn that never became Warwick Dunn.
Oh man, I'm telling you,
Gerald Soule
with
the Tulane was a great fullback for them.
And they all stayed close by me.
Oh no, that was a
mama actually worked at Baker, so that's why he went to Baker, but he actually lived in Glen Oaks.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Y'all knew all these guys.
Yeah, you knew all those guys, but like I said, it was so exciting. Every week.
Yeah.
All 10 regular season games. It was like somebody from that era, from that area.
And all the rosters were almost 100 back then.
Everybody
had a bunch of kids. And the freshmen didn't play back then.
Freshmen and sophomores didn't play.
We had freshman team, JV team.
Yeah, you were special if you had a chance to play. Not many. I think Warwick and Kevin, who else might have been some. Not too many people. I didn't play until my junior year. It's just you had to be special to play that,
Today now
everybody playing, but and get mad if they're not. But
right. Back then you didn't.
It was a process. I mean, you had to go through.
You just waited your turn.
Yeah, you had to wait your turn.
And old school coaches, they said,
this is it. Old school coaching, this was it.
And they didn't even air it out as much as they do now. You would have had 1,000 catches if you'd have played today. You had a bunch back then.
Insminger opened it up a little bit. He was our offensive coordinator, and Frank Pitts was my wide receiver
Brian
coach.
Insminger, Steve.
Brian Insminger.
Steve's brother. Yeah.
So that was amazing. That's when we actually learned. That's when I actually learned to throw the football around.
I want to share that because I think it brings up memories to people during that '88 to '92 era.
It was somebody to reckon with.
It was happening. And Gabe Nolan almost signed with the Miami Hurricanes. I remember him and his daddy. We became friends. His daddy and him called the night before.
Get home.
He was headed to Miami, and then he changed his mind the night before to LSU.
Mom said, "You better get home, boy.
You come back. You got to stay close to home." We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We end the show. I want to get Coach Landry Williams' impression of the Super Bowl coming up. The Bengals and the Rams. It's going to be this Sunday. It's around the block, around the corner, whatever you want to call it. We're going to talk about it when we come back.
Gage has served Louisiana for over 40 years. Let Gage create a custom-tailored solution for your business and become your partner in technology. Give them a call today at 225-753-4243 and help your business get better connected with Gage.
Welcome back. Our guest is Landry Williams from Madison Prep High School. I want to say Glen Oaks High School. We were talking about Glen Oaks in the last segment. Coach, this segment, Super Bowl.
Gotcha.
Your opinion, your thoughts. Now, I want to share my Oakland Raiders experience. You went to a Las Vegas Raiders-Rams game this year, right?
Yes.
I want you to share yours. But first of all, we're going to both talk about how the Raiders fans are kind of crazy. In 1979, I go to the Astro World, and I'm watching the Houston Oilers, which is now the Tennessee Titans. Bum Phillips is the coach. Earl Campbell's toward his last days there. They're playing Oakland Raiders. Me and my dad are sitting by Raiders fans. Now, I'm like 9 years old. And there's this 40-year-old man fighting, fist fighting with 3 other people from their own fan base because he said something that wasn't true about whatever. And I told my dad, I said, "Dad, this is worse than college fans."
Oh, yeah.
You saw it at the Rams game. You said you went to a Rams game.
I went to the Rams and Raiders game, and it was crazy. The Raiders fans Boy, they so petty and messy. It's all out. They starting fights. They just real antagonists. You know, they real.
2-2.
Wild. What?
Y'all had some good seats?
Good seats, and they were just enjoying themselves, though. But this guy, he was on the escalator coming down with his wife, you know. Raider fans come by, they yelling at him. I'm like, he wasn't even saying anything to you. But they're just the energy that they have with their team. The expectation is off the chart for them. They always have high energy guys, you know. High energy guys, always something with their coaches, and there's always something with their players. That's just the Raider lifestyle. Right. So it was interesting.
Life after all those guys, man. How'd you like the stadium?
Oh, the stadium is amazing. I have never seen anything like it. I mean, it's so beautiful. Everything is state of the art. Everything from the concessions, everything is great.
Now the Super Bowl's in that stadium, so the fans are going to have a treat.
Oh yeah, just to come in the stadium is going to be nice.
I went to the Jerry Jones Stadium. I went to that one, Jerry World. That's state of the art.
What? Well, just imagine it.
And this is even newer.
Because it's after Jerry Jones.
10 years built after Jerry Jones World.
So you can imagine.
If you can't find a hot dog at Jerry Jones World, you don't even have to get up. It's like they got a machine bringing you stuff, but they got TVs in the hallway, like this stadium, that are looks like 1,000-foot wide screens everywhere you walk to watch the game.
You cannot miss a game. You can't miss a play there.
Wherever you walk.
No matter where you go, you can't miss a play.
So the game itself. I picked Cincinnati to go to Super Bowl a month ago. Now I didn't pick because I knew I felt something with the team. Mm-hmm. And people said, man, you're crazy.
Yes.
I didn't think they'd beat the Titans, even though I told that they would. So they beat the Titans with Derek. They shut Derrick Henry down. That shocked me, Coach. Yeah. The Rams has Beckham. Man, they've got all these offensive weapons. The Higbee's out the tight end. Stafford's on fire. Whitworth, the O-line. They got 3 great backs. Cincinnati's got the no-name defense. Cincinnati's offense has Jamar, Wright, Higgins, the truth, and then they have our boy Burrow. But what do you think? I mean, we got Aaron Donald looking at Joe Burrow on the other side.
Hey, I can't bet against Aaron Donald.
And that D-line of the Rams.
Those guys on the D-line,
Jalen Ramsey, corner.
They pin their ears back and they get at you. And I just think also the leadership that they have on the defense, especially in the interior part of it. I just don't think Aaron Donald's going to let them lose if it's close.
Delay screens?
You better not just come right at Donald at
all.
all. You better not. You better give something off tackle. You better get something.
And they traded Michael Brockers. They didn't miss a beat.
Didn't miss a beat. And I can't think of the other defensive end name. He's playing lights out too. So.
Who wins the Jalen Ramsey battle? Chase. Who wins that battle?
Well, I like Jalen. I'm a receiver, so I'm going to go with Chase. I'm going with Chase.
He's burned everybody.
He really has took the NFL by storm as the wide receiver position. Him and Burrow. I don't think anyone thought that they'll be performing on this level right now, let alone be in the Super Bowl. So,
I think the Rams are weak outside of Ramsey in the back four. Yeah. And I think Higgins can have all day long. Boyd all day long. They're going to rely on trying to shut Chase down, I think. And that didn't work for the Chiefs.
Yeah, it didn't work because some other guys they found a way. So it's hard because Burrow, he's something special about it. Like you said, something special about that team, the chemistry that they have right now. I don't know if it's going to run out. It might run out. But right now, I mean,
the Rams.
It's a beautiful thing to watch, though. It's exciting.
Yeah.
It makes people want to watch football all over again. You can't go anywhere without somebody talking about Joe Burrow right now.
Right.
And, Cincinnati, nobody even mentioned Cincinnati 3 years ago. Nobody wouldn't dare put on a Cincinnati jersey.
Right.
And now you look where it comes, and it's credit to those guys hard working, and their talent that they bring to the table.
Here's what's scary, Coach. If they beat the Rams, they beat the Rams. Which is going to take a field goal from their rookie kicker who's won a bunch of games.
Yeah.
Or it's going to take a last-minute drive by Burrow, which he's done a few times. If they win, my prediction is, how free agency works. They go take a pay cut. They want to go where the up-and-coming players are. Mm-hmm. Cincinnati's going to be able to name their players in the offseason and get better. That's scary. And then they have a draft.
Can you imagine that? Getting better.
And can you see guys now that wouldn't go to Cincinnati now go, you
Yeah,
know
that's
what?
what I'm saying. Nobody
I want
went
to
there.
go play with Mixon and Burrow and Higgins and Jamar Chase.
Yes.
And by the way, Tyler Shelvin's starting to play from LSU at nose guard.
Okay.
The last 2 games he was on inactive, but at 330, 6'3", he's looking good from LSU. And he lifted him up like he did at LSU at the end of the last playoff game. And they put the 2 pitchers next to each other. Maybe we can use that, Jace, too, in our show. But, yeah, they're scary. Imagine if Cincinnati's OD line becomes like the Rams.
Yeah.
It's going to be
That'll
tough.
be the next Patriots kind of
That'll
thing.
be the next Patriots,
The
right.
old Patriots.
And that's something. Coach, any final thoughts about football in general and where we are now? And we've come a long way with the COVID and trying to deal with everything.
It's definitely different. I'm not going to even mention, I mean, just talk about the transfer portal alone has really, to me, changed the way high school recruiting is done now.
What's your opinion? All high school coaches, most of them agree with me. We got to have a rule on the portal soon.
You have to have one.
Because it's hurting high school.
It's hurting high school football. If you're in the middle, I mean, Tyrann Matthews, it'd be hard to get somebody like that now.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't a 5-star guy.
Which there's 100 D1 sleepers.
Yes.
And 100 of them didn't sign this year in the state. You got a lineman going to Mississippi College that's D1.
They could have easy.
Going to a D3 school.
Yeah. And it's been guys it been school that was actually coming to talk to him, and then they were like, Coach, I got a hit from a guy in the transfer portal. Even with my quarterback, guys was coming, and then they get a call, and then all of a sudden
We got to set up a rule to slow this down.
Yeah. So, it's a monster. It's a monster, and I think it has its pros and cons.
Yeah.
But as for high school football, if you're not a 4 or 5-star guy, it can be tight for you, to actually get on that level to play a D1.
And what really hurt the junior colleges had 6-year guys coming back or 3-year guys, which is 2-year program. They didn't have the scholarships. So it's not like junior colleges are getting more players.
Yes.
They don't have the scholarships this year until next year. The 6 years, the 3rd year of junior college is over with after this. Thank God. At least something frees up. Right?
Yeah.
Coach, thanks for joining us
Appreciate it.
today.
Thanks for having me.
Had fun.
Always.
And keep
Always
doing a
pleasure
great
to be
job,
here.
man.
Thank you.
I can see you getting back.
Oh, yeah, that's the
title
goal.
game
No doubt.
soon.
I have no doubt.
Especially with the talent coming back and your staff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week. Appreciate it.
Thanks for listening to the Sports Scouting Report podcast with Lee Brecheen.